Okay, go on.
So yeah, it was very fun to watch the video and very encouraging to see you guys enjoying the pie at the end of the session. Yeah. So a couple of things. One of them is I understand you got some limitations to the size of the pen. Frozen.
Victor, are you frozen? But frozen in a nice picture though.
Yeah.
Victor, you okay? Are you hearing?
It's breaking.
You okay?
Hi, Victor.
Hello.
Hi, hi.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah, so I understand that you can only get a 26 cm pie tin. No, the size of the pen.
Okay.
So never mind, you use the 26 cm pie tin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the recipe, everything you multiply by 2.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when you do and there is extra, you just put it aside. You see, you weigh out what is extra, so you will know whether later on the recipe is 1.5 times or 1.6 times. So first time you do, it doesn't matter. You just make times 2 so that you get more than enough to make the pie. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's number 1. Number 2, a few points about making the crust. Yeah. So to make the crust crispy, everything must be cold. Yeah. So this crust is called sugar crust, or they call it the sweet pastry, pâté sucré. So the idea is that it is a little bit sandy. Yeah. So it's crumbly because the butter melts very quickly. So meaning that when we make the dough, the butter must be frozen, meaning that the butter cannot be soft. The butter must be hard butter. Yeah. So when you put it in the blender, when the blender blitz the butter, it becomes like sand. The texture must feel like sand. It cannot be like soft butter. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the butter, the flour, everything must be cold. So when you put it in, especially when we're in Singapore, when the weather is very hot, we have to make sure that everything is put in the freezer, and we take it out immediately from the freezer, and when we start to make. Yeah. So before we put the things in the freezer, we have to cut the butter to cubes, like 2 cm cube. Because if the butter is too big, when we put it in the blender, it's just one big chunk like that. Yeah. So it's got to be like smaller squares, and then we put it in the mixture to make into the pastry. Okay, so that's the most important. So after you have made the pastry, we actually would put it back in a plastic bag and put it in the fridge to make it cold. So the pastry must be a cold pastry. Yeah. So after we roll it out, shape it, and before we put it in the oven, I put it back in the fridge, because the texture of the crust will only be very nice if straight from the fridge to the heat, and then the butter will melt away from the crust and it gives it that crumbly texture. Okay. Yeah, so that's number 1. And the pie pastry, you can make it 1 day ahead, 2 days ahead, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. So the second item in the pastry is the almond cream, right? Yeah. So the almond cream is easy. It's not so difficult to make. So I'm not going to say too much about it. But when I saw your video, I think that you do not have enough of the cream. So it was very flat. So when I do mine, the cream must fill up to quite the top part of the crust. So make double the thing and then fill it up, and you see how much is left behind. Yeah. So my advice to you is that after you make this almond cream, you after you finish it, whatever is left behind, can you weigh whatever is left behind, so you know that if we have so much of it before and you use it, and then what's left behind, you know next time when you make this size, how much buttercream you need or almond cream you need. Yeah.
Okay.
So a few things about this particular recipe. For this particular one, the butter is room temperature. Okay, it's different from the crust. The crust is chilled and hard. This one must be like cream so that you can cream it easily. Yeah, and for this one, we do not want to work it too much. We just want to cream it very gently, and we put the eggs in. We also do not want to beat. We don't want to beat the egg too much. We don't want it to rise so much. We just lightly beat the egg and mix it in. Yeah. So this is for the almond cream. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then the third part is the pineapple. Yeah. So the pineapple, depending on the size of your pineapple, but again, maybe for a start, buy 2 pineapple and make 2 pineapple and see whether it's too much or too little, because I do not know the size of your pineapple. So whatever is the size, you just weigh out the thing. So every 350 grams of pineapple, that means you take the skin and everything out, yeah, and then you slice everything and weigh it after you slice it. Okay, that is the actual weight, 350 grams of the sliced pineapple. That means no head, no skin. Yeah, and then you cut it and you weigh it to make sure that it's about 350 grams. Yeah. Hello, you're frozen.
Victor, are you there? Victor? Hi, Victor. That's a challenge of the Wi-Fi sometimes. Yesterday, they had difficulty joining in the Meridian 101 bookshop as well.
Hello.
Ah, you guys are back.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Are you tapping into onto the computer lab Wi-Fi?
You can hear us now. Yeah.
Do you miss a lot from Angie sharing just now?
No, I think only a little bit. Yeah, I was watching.
But anyway, I'm going to put this recording on the web page so that you will be able to review it.
Yeah.
Victor, you're frozen again.
Yeah, we are. The internet now is good.
Yeah. Are you tapping onto the Wi-Fi of the computer lab?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Shouldn't you be as close to the router as possible?
Yeah. Now we are where the router is. So now the Wi-Fi is good.
Okay. All right. Make sure you can hear what Angie is telling you.
Yeah.
We are
Okay.
now
Sorry for
hearing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Angie, please.
Yeah, so I was saying about the pineapple. Yeah, so you must remember when you clean the pineapple, you must take away the core of the pineapple. Okay, so you take 1 pineapple, you divide it into quarter and remove the core, the hard part of the pineapple. Yeah, you must not have any of the hard part of the pineapple. And then after that, you slice it. Don't slice it too thick. I think you slice it a bit thick, about 2 mm. Okay, 2 mm thickness. And then after that, you cook the pineapple with butter, with sugar. And then once it's ready, you put in a bit of vanilla extract and a bit of rum. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So pineapple jam, you can actually prepare the pineapple jam, a lot of pineapple jam, and put it in a fridge. You have fridge there? Yeah. You can keep the pineapple jam, or you can put in the freezer, so that every time you make, you don't have to make a new batch. Yeah, you can take 1 pineapple and just make the jam. And the jam is quite easy. You make it and then you use it. Yeah. So after that, we just have to make the pattern. You have the video of how we put the pineapple and all that on the part, right? Yeah. So That's about it. It's not so difficult. Yeah. So the more you do, the better you'll be at it. Yeah. Yeah.
I have actually released the funding for 5 more pineapple tarts that you're going to make. So everyone, you film, okay, and then you post it on, and our angel, Angie, yeah, okay, we'll give you
Yeah.
personal coaching like this. So bit by bit, you get better and better. Then finally, once you are very, very clear of the processes, then you can bring in that autistic boy in children's garden home, okay? And then we will start experimenting with the process to engage the autistic youth, okay, to be a part of this project.
Victor and Schneider, is there any question you want to ask about making the tart? Then I can answer
Yeah,
you.
they do. Because they saw the video that you use the Thermomix, and they say they don't have that machine.
Oh, don't have to use that.
Yeah, so they wanted to get your advice on what are some of the tips that they can use, like normal pot or something. Yeah.
Which part of it that you don't actually I use my normal fryer. It is only the jam. So if you don't have the Thermomix, you just use a blender. Do you have a blender or chop? You can just chop the pineapple. Yeah. No need to use that machine. Yeah. Unless Elvin wants to buy you one.
Okay, can you tell them, like, the machine you set to some temperature, right? And they won't be able to know.
It's just for cooking. It doesn't matter. Just use your normal stove. Yeah.
Do you have questions?
Okay, I was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. About the thickness of the tart. How should it be? So big or a small one?
Oh, the thickness of the crust should be about 3 mm, very thin. Yeah. So you roll it out to about 3 mm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then another question. You have to freeze it. So I was asking, maybe I was thinking the concept of maybe the business has started. You have started the business and you have a lot of customers. So I was thinking, like, can you make it like in the night and put it in the fridge?
Yes.
For that time, and then in the morning you come, if you started just preparing it fast.
Yes. So basically, you can do a few things ahead of time. Okay. So for example, the pineapple jam. You can make the pineapple jam and store the pineapple jam. Yeah. That's number one. Even the cream, you can also make and store the cream. And maybe on the day that you are making, cook the pineapple and the crust also you can make ahead. Yeah. After you make the crust, put it in the freezer. When you want to take it out and you can use it already. Yeah. So you can make the crust, you can make 10 crusts, 20 crusts, and store it in the freezer. Yeah. Then when you want to cook, you just take it out and make it. Yeah. Only thing is that you need to have a lot of pie dishes, because if you don't bake it, you can't quite see. But when I finish making it, I actually put it in the freezer. The pineapple tart can last for a long time. I make ahead of time and I keep it in the freezer. Yeah.
The entire pineapple tart?
Yeah.
Oh, the entire thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So those
and
are
also another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, about the temperature, because when we use the temperatures you indicated, we realized the final product was a bit dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can change to your temperature. Maybe it's too close to the top. Make it a bit lower. You need to cook the thing, because if not, your almond cream will not cook properly. Yeah. So if it is a bit dark, lower it by 5 degrees. Yeah, and see how it goes. And maybe you need to cook it a bit longer to make sure that the almond cream is cooked. Yeah, lower the temperature by 5 degrees and see if it works. Yeah.
So for the next 5 tart, every one of them you record that. Okay, if you lower the temperature by 5 degrees, you extend the time by, let's say, 5 minutes or something like that. How does it look?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one you do recording again, so you will be very, very clear. Okay, what temperature at what time, for what duration, you will get what kind of result.
Okay.
And I think you can go ahead and
Yeah.
try what Angie has suggested, that some of the things you probably can make in a bigger batch. Let's say the crust, you can make like, 5 in one go and see how it goes. All right. So as part of the investment later on, we are going to raise the fund. We will have to consider like the size of the freezer, for example. Okay, so we will scale all these things appropriately so that we are ready to roll out the business in as sustainable a way as possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Are you getting orders already?
Not yet, because the first one, it was for Victor and Isaac and Israel
It was very sweet.
and Daddy.
Yeah, and it is terrible, Angie. Snyder didn't get to taste it.
Poor Schneider.
The boys ate it all.
You are playing the girl child.
So cute, yeah.
So I saw the yesterday night you posted that you could get the what do you call that? The tin, right? The pen, is that?
Yeah.
26 cm,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So 26 cm is about 10 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas the video that Angie
Yeah.
shared is 8 inches. Okay.
Yes.
So you go
Yeah.
ahead and multiply or rather times 2 the amount of ingredient, and then we work from there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Have you
Yes.
gotten the money already from Sonel?
No,
Not yet.
yet.
Oh, okay. I'll remind Sonel again. Can you remind Moses to remind Sonel?
Yes,
Sure.
we will.
Okay, good. Yeah, I want you to get the money and get the ingredient and start practicing. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, so hopefully the next time we had this Zoom with Angie will be smiling from year to year.
True.
Yeah. we
Make
will.
your teacher proud, okay?
We will.
See you. Thank you. Yeah,
See
looking
you.
forward to your next big. Yeah.
Yeah, next time we'll be professionals.
Yes. Looking forward to that day. Yeah.
By the way, Angie, will there be another recipe that you want to share with them later on?
Yeah, later on after this, maybe perfect one, then I'll share another one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. When you're ready, let me know. I'll come and shoot another video.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Any other questions?
We don't have.
Now, not
Okay.
yet.
Okay, good. I will put this video recording on the website. Okay, so you could replay it one more time. All right.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Have a good weekend, guys. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
You
Angie, for your angelic support. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
See you. Bye-bye.
Asante sana.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.